The problem we are having now is that we have a government that enthroned herself on power through lies and coercion. In a sense that everything about this government from inception, ranging from Buhari to Tinubu, has always been lie. How can a government tell you that they are on economics reform? A government that are on economics reform in the midst of insecurity, when there is no security, how will the economy thrive? A government running on economic reform when the government officials are being accused of having their hands in funding terrorism. How do such governments reform her economy? Okay, let's take, for instance, a government that has moved from economic reform to tax reform. What do you expect? What happened to the subsidy that was removed? Nobody is giving an answer. There is no accountability. What about the money generated from the sales of PMS crude, since the subsidy is already off? Okay, what happens to all the money that Mr. President has been going to borrow? He has borrowed and borrowed and borrowed and borrowed until you and I are indebted to China in hundreds of thousands. All these things are our money. They use our name to borrow. Now, what are they taxing us for? Even on the taxation, there is still issue of lies, issues of deceit. Some documents were omitted. There were some substantial materials that were omitted. The ones that will not favor the elites and the ones that will favor the elite. So you can see that the government is not being straightforward. The government is running on the lane through which it came in. The government came in through Mago-Mago, Wuru-Wuru, and it is governing through Mago-Mago. Everything is just deceit. But I can assure all Nigerians to expect this till the end of this dispensation.
Nigerians should be focused. We have a very, very serious problem. Nigeria is at the brink, especially as it concerns security. You must have an enabling environment in order to do anything. So you cannot take someone that is virtually senile and another person that has been associated on several occasions with funding terrorism. That is Kashim Shettima. Kashim Shettima, we should not forget Kabiru Sokoto. Kabiru Sokoto was one of the most wanted terrorists, and he was found and arrested in his house. Let us understand and let us not forget, this terrorism, this banditry, this carnage is not just happening by mistake. Let us ask, why should Shettima be visiting along with his governor, be visiting and making a solidarity with a police officer that was being tried for drug trafficking? Why? So you begin to put these things together and you begin to understand why Nigerians must retrieve their country.